Alright, today we'll be creating one chatbot using Amazon Lex. So let me give you a one-liner definition. What is Lex? So Lex is a kind of like artificial intelligence AI service which has like NLP, I mean natural language models, to design, test and build and deploy AI chatbots using voice bots in the application as well. So here, if you look, what we are going to do today, we are going to build a chatbot like a kind of a small restaurant business, like if we want to order taco, burger, those kind of things. So let's dive into the portal using Amazon Lex. So I'm in the AWS portal. So let's type Lex here. So whenever we type Lex, it will say build voice and text chatbots. So today we are going to deal with mainly text chatbots. Let's click on Amazon Lex. So here, first step is to create one bot, because we currently don't have any bot. We'll click on create bot. Now there are basically two options using. First is generative AI and another is traditional method. So let's start with the basics, because it's all about basics. So we'll be using the traditional method because generative AI method is quite a simple. If you understand the traditional, it will help you to understand. So let's give a name, burger bot or something, because it's all about burger business. Description is optional. We can write anything or leave as it is. We'll be using existing IAM role. Let me select it. The IAM role is already present here. The permissions what you need, I have done my homework for you. You don't need to worry. So COPA, let's select no. Default timeout, let's give it as like 5 minutes. That is the default time. Looks good for us. Now in the next page, we need to select the language. Language is US. Looks good. And the voice interaction we don't need. So let's disable this. So I'll select none. Only this is for text-based application. Let's select it. Intent classification will keep as is, like 0.4. This looks good. I'll click on done. Now our next step is to create one intent. We can give create intent. We can give a name. Most importantly, we'll be creating like some kind of giving intent details. So we can let's give it like the name. So we have given one name. We'll scroll down, and here lies the important part, that is sample utterance. So utterance are kind of like what the customer wants to mean whenever they use the chatbot. So I'll go ahead by using, there are like here plain text. There is also like the preview, like generate utterances and all. So we can I can write here the utterance. So let me write it out. I have the utterance saved on a Word file. I'll just copy paste this. Please give me one moment. I'll explain you what these are. I'll paste and click on add utterance. It should be here. One by one they should be added. Please make sure that these things are, the utterances are added by clicking on utterance add utterance button. So as soon as I'm done with the last, you can add as many utterance as you want. But if you try to understand what these means, these basically means one and the same thing. I want to order a burger, or can I have a burger please? These means the same, but we need to make sure the chatbot understands what we want to do. That's what giving utterance, meaningful utterance especially, will help creating a perfect chatbot. So that is, please make sure, if you give wrong utterances, your chatbot might provide incorrect results as well. So this is a kind of very important step. So you can we can click on save intent button here. Now once we are created save intent, let me duplicate this tab here. I'll go to back to Amazon Lex and bots. I'm able to see my burger bot here now. So once I open the burger bot, so here we have the intent as slot types. So let's click on slot types. I'll tell you what slot types are. So slot types is kind of like customization, what you want. Like let's say you want to order a small burger or large burger, or the quantity you want to give order two burgers. Those kind of things we can customize. Our chatbot will ask the user, whosoever uses the chatbot. So how to do it? I'll go to add slot type and click on add blank slot type. And here let's give one name. Since I want my chatbot to ask my user the size of the burger, whether they want triple XL or XL, those kind of things. That's why I've given one meaningful name, that is burger size. So let's click on add. So as soon as I click on add, there are two things: slot expand values default and restrict to slot values. So for this we'll be using restrict to slot values, because these are the values, whatever values we will put, those things will appear for the user. Like let me give small, medium. These are some standard sizes in all restaurant we know, so that's why I'm using it. But as per your business, you can use anything, whatever you want, how much you want. You can customize this, like extra large. You can use different businesses use different kind of breads, like whole wheat bread, multigrain bread, white bread, those kind of breads. I'll click on save slot types. This is one of the example. I'm making sure like you understand what slot types are. So I've clicked slot type as saved. Now I need to add more slot types, right? So let me go back here, and again we can go back to the main Lex bots, where we can customize more. So here you can see slot types, burger size is already added, type is custom. I want to add one more, add blank slot type, like burger quantity or something. Let's click on the add button, and here I'll again select to restrict to slot values. Put some values like how many burgers one want, like just like imagine like the waiter is asking the customers like how many burgers you want, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, those kind of things. That's what I'm customizing here on my chatbot as well. So for this demo, 3 I believe is fine. Let me click save slot types. So this all looks good. So now let's go back to the previous screen, and here if we go, we have the slots as optional as well. So here if I click on add slot now, I may need to sometimes refresh this page as well, because previously we have created the slots. Maybe like let's refresh this. So yeah, after refreshing, if I go down here and now add slot, I can see the custom slot types, that is burger quantity and burger size, right? Please make sure you refresh the page so that these are available, because that's what the hard work we have done here, right? Few moments back we have added quantity and size. So let's go one by one. Let's go ahead with the size first. We need to give one name here, and we need to type the prompt. So what the chatbot will ask, like what is the burger size you want. Imagine just as the waiter asking the customers like what the size of the burger the customer is willing to purchase or want to eat. That is what I'm doing right now. Let's click on add here. So I can see the prompt slot for burger size is added successfully. Now we can add one more, because we have selected for quantity as well. Remember 1, 2, 3, that thing. I'll select here. Let's give a name. So here I have asked the prompt as how many burgers you want to order. So let me click on add here. So once we are done, there are many more things. Since this is a basics of Lex, I'll click on save intent, because we don't want to make complex bots for this foundational or the introductory tutorial, right? So once we are done, we can anytime test our bot, like whether it performs well or not. I can click on the build button. The process goes build then test. So always build whatever changes you have done, then go ahead by clicking the test button. Whether I mean to say like whether your chatbot operates as you want or not. So in the background you can see building the English language which you have selected. So that's what is going behind the scenes, and very soon a prompt or the right hand side chat box will open. So the message says successfully built the language US in the burger bot. So looks good. I can go ahead by now testing. Here also you can confirm successfully built. Please make sure this is built. If you start testing without building it, it might not produce if you have done any kind of changes. So now let's click on test. So on the right hand side I can see the draft version or the test version is showing. So here I can type like I want to order a burger or something like. So let's type it. I want to order a burger. So see our chatbot is responding. What is the burger size you want? I want one small, because I don't want to eat today much. I'll go ahead with small. So it says how many burgers you want now. That is the quantity, right? Remember these all things we have configured a few moments back in the slot types. right? So that's what it's asking. As per your business, you can add many of the things or the parameters. Like, like when we go to some kind of I'll say some kind of restaurants, there are many things like what kind of sauce you want, red sauce, white sauce, whether you want pickles, whether you want zucchini or tomato, cucumber, those kind of things, like how you want to customize your burger. Let me give quickly one, because I have built one simple chatbot. It says intent burger order is fulfilled, so our order is done. So that being said, our chatbot, that is our burger chatbot, is working as intended. So our means our work is done. So let me dive you into the architecture diagram what we have done. So me as a user, as a developer, I have built one chatbot using Amazon Lex, and using Lex is able to serve our customers that we are having a burger business where we provide our customers burgers, different kind of burgers, tasty burgers, which ask the user without human intervention. We don't need any customer person attending the humans. We have created one bot in the application where it is helping our customers. My chatbot is asking basically the questions like what kind of burger you want, how many burgers you want, what is the size of the burger, those kind of things. So that we have done as the text output that we have checked, and our Amazon Lex burger bot is working fine. So that's what goes for the tutorial. I hope you found this tutorial helpful. Thank you so much for watching this video. All right, let's look at this question. We need to select two correct answer. Just by looking at the option structure, we can also find it out. Let's first look at option A. A says decision tree. Decision tree is primarily a supervised learning method where the model is trained on the labeled data. As per the question, we are more interested in unsupervised learning, not supervised learning. So that's why we'll reject decision tree. Let's move to option B. B says sentiment analysis. Sentiment analysis typically involves supervised learning. So again, quite a mismatch. We are looking for unsupervised learning. Let's reject this. Let's move to option C. C says clustering. So clustering is a technique which involves groups data points based on their similarities, which is a fundamental method of unsupervised learning. So this looks good. We'll park this. Let's move to option D. D says dimensionality reduction. So dimensionality reduction reduces, as the name suggests, reduction means reduces the number of random variables under consideration, simplifying models while retaining essential information, and is commonly used in unsupervised learning. So again, since dimensionality reduction belongs to unsupervised learning, we'll park this. Let's move to option E. E says neural network. Neural network can be used for both supervised as well as unsupervised learning, but the term alone does not specify an unsupervised approach here. So since we have a confusion here, C and D are better suited for unsupervised learning as per the question. So we'll reject option E. So we'll keep option C and D and log them as the correct answer. All right now. So this is somewhat basics of AWS. If you're familiar about the cloud practitioner concept, then this should be easy. We'll first look at option E. A says AWS config. AWS config offers continuous monitoring, tracks configuration changes, and ensures compliance with regulations by evaluating resource configuration against best practices and internal policies, making it ideal for maintaining governance and security. Let's park this. We'll move to option B. B says AWS Audit Manager. Audit Manager helps in automating audit preparation and compliance assessment, but Audit Manager doesn't provide continuous monitoring and configuring any kind of tracking. What's required here, configuration tracks. So let's reject this. Let's now move to option C. C says AWS Artifact. Artifact provides access to AWS compliance report and agreements, not continuous monitoring or track configurations what required by the question. Let's reject this. Let's move to option D. D says Amazon Inspector. So Inspector is associated with EC2. If we read the question, there is no mention of EC2. and inspector is used for security assessment and vulnerability. So we will reject this. Let's look at the official documentation. It says AWS config is a fully managed service that provides you with resource inventory, configuration history, and configuration change notification to use for security and governance. So that's what is required. We'll lock option A as the correct answer. All right, now this looks interesting because it's all about finding the difference between data residency and data logging. So let's first focus on option A. So if we look at option A, we know that data residency addresses where the data is geographically stored, ensuring compliance with regional regulation. Data logging, on the other hand, is concerned with recording data access, modification, and usage to maintain security and audit trails. So let's park this. Let's now move to option B. If we read the statement in blue, option B says data residency tracks user activities. So data residency relates to physical storage location and not user activity tracking. So this is incorrect. Now let's move to option C. C says data residency deals with data encryption. So just note the technique how I'm using. I'm not even reading the entire option, but I'm trying to eliminate the option just on the basis of some part of the sentence. So that's how the approach is required. It will save you a lot of time in arriving at the correct or incorrect answer. So if we read here, data residency deals with data encryption. So data residency is all about location. Residency, English synonym means we know about resident or the home or kind of location, right? And encryption is something else, right? So this is again incorrect. We'll eliminate this. Let's now move to option D. D says data residency involves monitoring real-time data usage. Data residency is all about storage location and not real-time monitoring. We'll reject this option. We'll lock option E as the correct answer. Okay. So this will test your concepts on Amazon SageMaker, very important AWS service with respect to AI Practitioner. We'll first look at option E. This is Amazon SageMaker model dashboard. Amazon SageMaker model dashboard is used for monitoring and managing models, not for maintaining a centralized catalog of features. So incorrect choice. Don't just pass your ID certification, instead pass with flying colors with my keyword tricks included in the PDF exclusively for Diamond members and above. Become a member now by clicking the join button to unlock this perk. Then connect and inbox me on LinkedIn at the rate of Cloud Guru Amit or Instagram at the rate of Amit Physique for the PDF access. Let's look at option B. B says Amazon SageMaker Data Wrangler. SageMaker Data Wrangler is focused on data preparation and transformation, not on feature storage or reusage. What the question is looking for here. So we'll reject this. Let's move to option C. C says Amazon SageMaker Clarify. Clarify is intended for bias reduction and explainability in machine learning models, not for feature cataloging. What the question is looking. Let's reject this. Let's move to option D. D says SageMaker Feature Store. SageMaker Feature Store is designed to provide a centralized catalog of features, allowing teams to share and reuse features efficiently, ensuring consistency and reducing duplication across different models. So that being said, it is the correct answer. And if you look at the official documentation for the same, it's mentioned by default SageMaker Feature Store is local to the account in which it is created, but it can also be centralized and shared by many accounts. And here, organizations can maximize the benefits of a feature store when it is centralized. That's what is required. We'll lock option D as the correct answer. All right, now, so let's look at this question. We'll look at option A first. A says continued pre-training. So continued pre-training involves further training the model on a specific data set to adapt it more closely to the company needs. So let's park this because just by looking at the option structure, we need two correct answer. Let's move to option B. B says retrieval augmented generation, also known as RAG. So RAG is a technique that combines retrieval and generation, as the name suggests itself, and not a method for directly customizing model parameters. Now what's required by the question. That's so let's reject this. Let's move to option C. C says fine tuning. So fine tuning is all about adjusting the model parameters using specific training data to improve its performance on the desired task. Looks good. Let's park this. Let's move to option D. D says zero shot prompting. Zero shot prompting involves providing prompts to a model without any prior training on a specific task, which does not customize the model itself. So let's eliminate this. Option E says chain of thought prompting. Chain of thought prompting involves structuring prompts to guide the model's reasoning process rather than modifying the model's training or parameters. So this is incorrect. We are left out with option A and C, and these are the correct answers. Let's bring the heat to the snow. So it's all about possible sounding but factually incorrect information. We have covered similar question in the past. So this is just a refresher. It should be easy for you. Let's first look at option E. A says fairness. Fairness in AI refers to ensuring the model's outcome are impartial and non-discriminatory. So this is incorrect because that is not the question is looking for. Let's move to option B. B says controllability. Controllability involves the ability to direct and manage the model's behavior and outputs. As the name suggests, control means controlling kind of the model's behavior. So this is incorrect. Let's move to option C. C says hallucination. So if we focus on just the English term of hallucination, this is the meaning of hallucination somewhat, right? So even if technically I don't know something, so this looks good because hallucination in AI refers to situation where the model generates information that seems plausible but factually incorrect, right? So I will park this option. Move to option D. D says explainability. Explainability pertains to the ability to understand and interpret the decisions made by the AI model. We don't need this. Let's reject this. We'll lock option C as the correct answer. Alrighty. So this is somewhat between RLHF and A21. So interesting. Let's first look at option E. E says if you look at option E, RLHF explicitly involves human feedback in training, and A2I includes human review. That being said, it is incorrect. Let's move to option B. So in option B, if we look, RLHF involves human feedback to iteratively improving the AI model's response, while Amazon A2I enables human reviewers to provide feedback on model prediction, enhancing model accuracy and reliability. This looks good. We'll park this. Let's move to option C. C says RLHF focuses on automatically generating data labels for training datasets, while A2I is used for unsupervised learning tasks. So if you look at option C, RLHF involves human feedback rather than automatic data labeling, what's mentioned here. So that being said, this statement is incorrect. Let's move to option D. D says RLHF is exclusively for natural language processing tasks, whereas A2I is used for image recognition and analysis tasks. So RLHF can be used beyond NLP, that is natural language processing, and A2I is not just restricted to just image recognition and analysis kind of thing. So this is somewhat limited functionality it mentions. So on the basis of that, we'll reject option D. We will lock option B, that is the only option left, as the correct answer. Alright, this seems to be a brainstorming question because it's about runtime efficiency. We'll look at option A first. A says data throughput. So data throughput measures the volume of the data processed over time, not the time taken to generate predictions. So we'll reject this. Let's move to option B. B says model accuracy. Accuracy evaluates the correctness of predictions, not the speed of generating them. That being said, it is again incorrect. Let's now move to option C. C says average response time. Average response time measures the time taken for the model to generate predictions, which is critical for ensuring timely insights in real-time trading application. So we'll park this option. Let's move to option D. D says precision recall score. Precision recall score assesses the balance between precision and recall in predictions, not the runtime efficiency. So let's reject this. We are left out with option C, average response time, and it is the correct answer. Alrighty, so it's all about best practices of generative AI. We'll first look at option A. E says utilizing generative AI only for creative tasks and avoiding business operation. Generative AI can be effectively and ethically applied in business operations with proper guidelines. That being said, this statement is incorrect. Let's move to option B. B says implementing guardrails and enhancing transparency for generative AI application. So, establishing guardrails and ensuring transparency helps in managing risk, maintaining ethical standards, and improving trust in AI application, which is crucial for responsible AI adoption. Let's park this. Let's move to option C. C says prioritizing rapid deployment over ethical consideration and potential biases in AI model. Ignoring ethical consideration can lead to significant risk and biases, undermining the AI's reliability and trustworthiness. So that we don't want. Therefore, incorrect option. Let's move to option D. D says ignoring continuous monitoring and updating of AI models for deployment after deployment. Ongoing monitoring and updates are essential to maintain model performance, address bias, and ensures compliance with evolving standards. So we will reject this. We are left out with option B, and it is the correct answer. Alrighty, so let's look at question number 150. We need to select two correct answer. It's all about responsible development and deployment. We'll first look at option A. It says incorporate fairness matrix for model assessment. Including fairness matrix for model evaluation ensures the model's decisions are fair and unbiased. So this looks good. Let's park this. Let's move to option B. B says adjust the model's temperature parameter. Adjusting the temperature parameter of the model controls the randomness of the model's output and not related to responsible deployment as required by the question. So let's reject this. Let's move to option C. C says alter the training data to reduce bias. Modifying the training data to mitigate bias helps in reducing bias in the model's prediction. That's what we require. Let's park this. We'll move to option D. D says prevent overfitting during model training. Avoiding overfitting on training data is important for model performance, but not directly related to responsible deployment. What the question is looking, right? So on the basis of that, we'll eliminate. We are left out with option A and C, and these are the correct answer. So all the best for your exam. If you want the PDF version of this course, including the PDF tricks, then please enroll in Diamond membership or above by clicking the join button now. Then please connect and inbox me on LinkedIn at the rate of Cloud Guru Amit or Instagram at the rate of Amit Physique. I'll be glad to help you out with the PDF access. So please don't go away. Let's meet in some other series. And if you have passed the exam, please do let me know if you have passed this exam. So once again, all the best for your exam.